Hey, sexy people. All right, this one's for my confused girls out there. What do I need to be looking for? What is it? What am I reaching for? What's possible? Okay, should I be working this out? Should I be entertaining that? Whatever. You try trusting your gut. Hasn't worked so far. It's broken. Got the corona. It's sick. You don't know. Something's wrong. All right, I met with a counselor. She told me these are the 4 things you need to know if a man is worth your time, commitment, love, energy, your cookie, the whole shebang. All right, we're gonna get all into that in this video. Stick around. Welcome back. Tasha Caulfield here, writer, comedian, author of The Care and Feeding of Sex Symbols, here once again for us smart and sexy, pretty messes to help us feel more loved, secure, and on top of our world. All right, so I was in this place a couple years ago. I was completely unsure of what I should be looking for in a relationship, like what really would make for a good relationship. What should I be working through and what should I be letting go? Like what should I be putting up with and what, I should be like, okay, this is it. This is as good as it gets. My gut, it was busted. I was like, my mammy had a bad gut, obviously. My grandmammy had how could I trust mine? And that takes a while. So I booked a session with a counselor so, I can figure out what I needed as I learned to trust my gut later. And she's like, these are the 4 things people need. Not me, everybody. This is what will make a guy your husband material guy and your relationship marriage worthy or just long-term worthy, whatever your goal is. So without further ado, and in no particular order, these are the 4 things you need to have in a relationship and a man for it to be successful. All right, the first thing you need is chemistry. Obviously, you gotta want to touch the boy. you gotta want to kiss him and hug him and bang him and all that stuff. Yeah. However, these feelings can come and go, and sometimes they're not even there in the beginning. Sometimes they just come along. But you gotta have that, but you can't get too caught up in it because not only are they iffy, they can cause you to overlook some other important qualities like good treatment and stuff like that. So, don't just get caught up in but it's delicious. Can I take it home and keep it? Don't get caught up in that level of attraction with the guy, but you gotta have that. Number 2, the second thing you need is intellectual connection. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? He's got to understand what you say when you talk, and you got to understand him. I'm not talking about having the same interest or all the same interests. You should have some, of course, but I'm not talking about having all the same interests or being even on the same educational level. You guys, one could not have gone to college or school or whatever, and another could. I'm talking about just being able to converse with the other person and them get you, be on that same wavelength. This is what will give you the foundation of friendship. I'm also not talking about a person getting all of your emotional needs right away just because you've articulated them once. When emotions flare up, people's childhood wounds and defenses come up. So it takes a lot more than just intellectual understanding to be able to communicate on that level. You need curiosity, you need respect for the other person, you need just a strong desire to do so, period. You need patience on both sides. You got to have a lot more than just a smart person to be able to communicate on that level. But you definitely need to be able to talk to your boo. All right, so the third thing you need is safety. A feeling of safety is a huge one because it manifests in so many different ways and it takes a long time to accomplish. I'm not just talking about physical safety, although physical safety is very huge as well. You got to see how a man gets when he's angry, hurt, frustrated, upset, when he feels like he's losing something. You got to see him in all these different stages and over time to know if you can actually be physically safe around him. But you also need to be emotionally safe with this person. Can you be vulnerable with him and open and honest about anything? Does he have your back? Will he protect and provide for you if needed? Do you guys have the same shared values? If you believe in monogamy, does he also share that value? Are you guys both people who are committed to working things out through the tough times? Do you share values when it comes to family and marriage and things like that? you got to be on the same page with certain things so that you can let your walls down, so that you feel like this is somebody that, you know, I can trust, and you know, I can be a true team player with. Like, this is my teammate, this is my buddy, this is my guy. Can you do the trust fall with this person? But remember, it takes a while, a long time, for you to realize, you know, if you can really be safe in all these areas with a person. So before you get into making these lifelong commitments or big decisions, you know, make sure you got that. Make sure you can tick that box off. And the fourth thing you need is love for each other. Okay, you gotta care for each other, support the other person, respect the other person. Like, this love, this underlying love that you guys both share for each other will be the glue that will help you weather tough storms. It'll push you to communicate when you guys are tired or to seek counseling. And it'll, you know, inspire you and encourage you to learn the other's love language if you guys aren't speaking that naturally. You know, everybody has their own way to which they receive love. Gary Chapman goes over it in his book, The 5 Love Languages. So if you know the love's there, but you're not really feeling it, you might want to consult that. And then the fifth and the final, this is a bonus one. I know I said 4, but I got to give you this bonus one because it's real and it's true. And it is your gut's approval, okay? You need your gut's approval. I know you might feel like it's broken, like you can't trust it, like, you know, you don't have enough life experience to really feel confident in, you know, these decisions that you have to make. But trust me, deep down, you know what's good for you. You know what feels good for you. And if this guy or a guy and his behavior consistently makes you feel good and warm and fuzzy and safe and all that good jazz, this is someone you should be rocking with. All right? If it doesn't, if you find yourself making excuse after excuse for bad behavior, you know, trying to be that womanly, nurturing, understanding, you know, thing, yeah, no, stop it. All right? Remember, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. You can trust yourself. And like this video and subscribe and hit the notification bell. And until next time, this is Tasha Caulfield reminding you to stay sexy.